Hi, I'm Chad Bowden with Martin Exteriors, coming at you with another episode of Pro Talk. We got Pete Zeminski from James Hardie. He's our technical sales manager. Does a lot of help on the back end with installation. Pete, I just want to kind of get right into the installation process. I guess, what are some things you're seeing out there? The good, the bad, the ugly. What are some things you're really looking for when you go out and meet with a crew?
Yeah, so as mentioned, we do trainings with Martin Exteriors. From kind of each year, we kind of review the installation best practices, making sure everyone's up to par on that. And then we do job site visits, which we call first board, first nail training.
Yep, we appreciate that.
And with that, we basically review with the crew. So this information is actually on our James Hardie website. This is one of our best practice manuals. We look for these critical to quality components, which are driven, honestly, the clearance and flashing requirements by international building code requirements, local municipal building code requirements, also found with a lot of other exterior cladding products, but we really want to drive home and make sure that the crews are following this information. So from as simple as keeping the product dry and covered prior to the installation, to making sure the crews are using the right blade for managing the amount of restful silica dust, the exposure,
Absolutely.
and also the cut ends that they're getting with the product. So those are some of the things that we train and look for. And then getting more into kind of the clearance and flashing requirements, which we'll talk a little bit about later.
Sure.
But I know Mike had talked about the Color Plus system, so it's an in-house, it's our proprietary paint process for James Hardie siding, trim, and the other products that we manufacture.
Yeah, when it comes time to cut one of these boards or anything like that, is there some type of touch-up that you have to do at the ends of them, to keep everything sealed up tight?
Yeah, so this is our James Hardie Color Plus touch-up kit. It's tied to the exact color of the product, the Hardie product that you're getting on the job site. In that kit, you'll basically have paint in this kind of a container, and then you'll have an edge coater and a face touch-up to be able to seal off basically any cut ends on the product before it's installed.
Awesome.
And you basically want one of these kits for the lap siding and for the trim, especially if they're different colors.
Oh, absolutely.
Another option, instead of using a lot of the touch-up, is basically going to a concealed fastening tab. So we have these concealed fastening tabs that get stapled to the back side. Essentially, if I was building a corner trim, I would put 4 staples in the back side here, install another corner trim here, and then this would get installed on the wall with a siding nail
no
here.
Exposed fasteners.
Yeah, so essentially no exposed nails. So we call that our hidden fastening system, and that's something that Martin Exteriors has been trained on, and it's an option that you could provide for that homeowner as well.
Less touch-up means less, one less step in the process, and again, one less penetration in the board itself too. So I think it keeps a cleaner look.
Exactly. So there's a variety of options, and it all comes down to kind of the craftsmanship, which Martin Exteriors has shown that you guys highly pride yourself on.
Yeah, if we're going to use the best products out there, we want to make sure that we're installing it in the best possible way. Well, Pete, we appreciate you giving us the rundown on kind of the back end. I know, we truly appreciate your guys' continuing education. I know you guys hold companies to a higher standard of excellence when it comes to installing your products. So we appreciate you coming out, being on site, being available, offering products like this. Some people don't even realize, the gecko gauge, gecko clips that keep the material nice and steady and even throughout the process. So some of your insider tips are truly appreciated.
Yeah, it's all focused on quality, safety, and efficiency for the installers, and they play a big role. Our product is great, but it doesn't get installed by itself.
Absolutely.
It has to be installed by...
I tell people all the time, you can have the best quality product out there, but if you have the wrong person installing it, it's not going to equate to what you want. And on the back end, if you had the worst quality product, even the best guys installing it, it really has to be a team of great product, great install to make it make sense. So we appreciate you and your continued education. Stay tuned with us as we move on to our next Pro Talk, where we'll talk a little bit more about the technical side of the install and actually being on site.